And hello, everyone. Facebook. Wait a second. Why does restreaming? Let me make sure we're. I think we're out there. It's just Restream isn't updating with how many people we have. Isn't that great? That's awfully dang nice. Well, now I'll have to keep that browser open, I guess. Really did not want to do that. Because looks like OBS, they made it some sort of change. I had to re-log in. So they made some sort of change with Restream. So that's not a big deal. I just used to be able to see how many people are looking on each of our channels off on the left side of my screen, and I'm just going to have to keep a window open for that. So when you have 3 monitors, it's not, it's not the end of the world. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to the pre-show. So, Aramis, are we looking good? We good?
My audio is all set up, and notes look fine.
Yeah, I've got my red button set up. So yeah, guys, we're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff. So hop in the Discord chat, hop in our Facebook chat or YouTube chat or wherever chat you want. It'll all show up on the screen. Just be cool. Okay, I'm over the red button. You over the red button?
Mm-hmm.
And both of my tracks are primed. So, all right, let's do this bad boy. Let's, dude. By the way, we need at some point you and I have to talk about episode 100. Like we're 5 weeks away.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. So, all right. 3, 2, 1, click. Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the PlanesTalkers podcast, the show by casuals for casuals. I'm your host, Will Benson, joined as always by my, wow, it was such a beautiful weekend, and I loved it so much, so I didn't play Magic co-host Aramis Perez. Aramis, how are you, sir?
I played.
Did you play? I didn't. I loved it outside, so I figured, I assumed, because you're like all outdoorsy, like, unlike me, so. In fact, let that tap up, keep and draw. So we want to say here before we begin, we like to remind you guys that this episode and every episode of the PlanesTalkers podcast is sponsored by Kerwin's Game Store. Kerwin's Game Store is New York State's premier source for collectible card games, tabletop games, miniatures, comic books, retro video games, and toys. With their clean, open gaming areas available to everyone at no charge someday should COVID ever leave or we all get vaccinated or both or all three, Kerwin's wants to remind you they provide a fun and inviting atmosphere for new and experienced gamers alike. They have locations in both Catskill, New York, and now on the second floor of the Poughkeepsie Galleria in Poughkeepsie, New York. Kerwin's Game Store is 100% the best place to go for gaming. Now, they do have a wonderful website. If you can't get there, first of all, their retail locations are open, and they're amazing, and the guys are really good, and they know what they're doing. But if you can't get there, go to their website, KGS Online. That's KiteGoSamuelOnline.com. And you can get 5% off any online order through there if you use the promo code PlanesTalkers at checkout. So that's PlanesTalkers, PlanesTalkers. So with that, we also want to remind you that this is kind of exciting. We want to recognize our Planeswalker patrons. David, Jonathan, Johnny, Bell, Anthony, Steve, George, Josh, Ian, and our brand newest patron, who, by the way, Aramis, I don't know if you got notified, tweeted about it today. So a special shout out to Spencer, our newest patron. He's out there showing the PlanesTalkers some love. Thank you very much. These people help us out in so many, many ways. We really couldn't do the show without them. So we have a ton of great perks for you guys. We're going to be working on more. The biggest is obviously getting a chance. You get first dibs to play with us on our Wednesday Commander Craft broadcast where we play Paper Commander. All you need is a webcam and a Commander deck and paper. So you want to get on that, find out what else we have. And there's also some perks for our win a box tournament. I think we have to work on that because now that we're doing everything through that tournament bracket, we might have to get creative. But find out more, patreon.com/planestalkers. But, we are still in Untapped, so I'm going to Untap now. And tonight's is a Double Fortune IPA from another local brewery in South Glen Falls. So Common Roots Brewing Company. So down the hatch. And, But Aramis, how the hell are you, sir?
I am good. It's a rainy Monday night. It's a big change from the way it was a few nights before.
Oh, Saturday was
when it was
awesome.
in the 70s. But it's the beginning of spring. Up and down is expected. So you take the good with the bad, and
you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Sorry, you didn't get that joke.
No.
That's literally, I think, the generational divide right there. That might actually be our generational divide. Anyone over the age of 45 probably got the joke. Anyone under the age of 45, they're like, what the hell did he just do? There was a show in the 80s called The Facts of Life, and their theme song started with, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there and you have the facts of life. So
I've heard of the show, but...
Oh, Blair. Yum. Anyway, moving on. So did you get outside at all Saturday, or?
Oh, what did we do on Saturday? I'm trying to remember. It was busy. We got outside. Actually, yeah, we got outside. I saved a snapping turtle.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook. That was cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I mean, I'd have cooked the damn thing. So the fact that you saved it,
I wasn't getting anywhere near it without like several, things in the way.
Yeah.
We were on a walk with my wife, and we were on the way back, and we noticed it on the side of the road, and we're like, it had to be like trying to cross the road to lay eggs or something. We weren't sure, but I'm like, we got to move it because if it tries to cross, it's just going to get squished.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a good sized snapping turtle. I mean, probably a good 15 pounds.
And you're in the country. I mean, so nobody's driving speed limits. So.
We're in the boonies, yeah. So I mean, the road that we're on, the speed limit's 40.
So they're
and
driving
even if they
60.
do that, yeah. Well, it's not really paved that well.
Oh, okay.
It's more of like the not gravel, but it's like the in between gravel and asphalt. Anyway, even if they're only driving 40, they hit a turtle at that speed, it's gonna ruin its day. Right. So I'm like, I gotta move this thing somehow, but it's a snapping turtle. I can't just pick it up because they can reach around behind them with their heads to bite you.
Can they really?
And,
I didn't know that.
Their necks can extend like really long. It's kind of creepy, and they're lightning quick. So I'm like, I gotta get like a stick or something for it to grab onto it so I can drag it across the street. So I find a stick and I'm trying to get it to bite, and it tries to bite once, but it has like no energy. It's like really tired. It must have, whatever it was doing, it took like all its energy to get to that point. So I'm like, all right, we got to figure something else out. So I took the hooded sweatshirt I was wearing, draped it over the top of it. And I remember seeing this from my son watches Coyote Peterson on YouTube. If you want to pick up a snapping turtle, you have to grab it from the top front of its shell over its head, and the other hand on the back of its shell, and pick it up like that. So I'm here like walking this thing across the street. It's not happy. And I get to a spot, and it repays me by peeing all over the sweatshirt.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, horrible, by the way.
Huh?
I did my good deed, and
yes. And it peed on you for it.
And then, well, it didn't pee on me. It peed on the sweatshirt jacket that I had. So I was like, I don't mind carrying that back because we were almost home already. And then the next day we saw a porcupine in a tree. So a lot of nature.
Oh wow, yeah. See, we got the house set up Saturday. We got all the furniture out of. Now here's the thing: if we get a snowstorm, my fault. I put the snowblower away. All right, so I realized that this could be my fault if we end up with a snowstorm. But it felt like the second weekend in April seemed like the time to do it. But yeah,
we've gotten Memorial Day storms before.
Yeah, I know we have. I've got so I put everything away. But it was really cool was Friday night. I'm like, I checked my bank account and I apparently was stimulated. So I was like, woohoo! So I'm just I mentioned it to the wife. I'm like, I got our stimulus. We'll probably pay some bills. And she looks right at me and she just goes, you've been waiting over a year. She's like, go get the computer. Because I've been wanting to get a new laptop for some time. And so I'm like, what, serious? She's like, yeah, go ahead. So I did. I found the laptop I wanted was actually at Target. And I'm like, gone. So it's an i5. It's gaming. It had 8 gigs of RAM. I've already upgraded the darn thing, but it came with like a monster NVIDIA 1650, video card. And I'm like, woohoo! So, that was my Friday and Saturday was playing with that and being outside. Obviously Arena was the first thing I installed on it. It runs like a champion. And then it was pretty much that. I mean, we were locked in. Wendy had another scare. Wendy has had a sinus infection for a while. But Friday she went and got a COVID test Thursday. But Friday she calls me and she goes, "Yeah, I can't taste my coffee. I can't taste my soup. I don't have a sense of taste." I'm like, so I call my boss. They're like, "Hit eject, go home." So we were kind of locked down the whole weekend waiting for the results of that test. So, I went, obviously that didn't stop me from going to buy, but they did the curbside. I had them bring it out to the car. But I mean, I knew it wasn't probably COVID, but it was still enough to be scary. I mean, I'm vaccinated. So, but really it was just kind of a nice to have the good weather, and we hung out, we got some things done. I ordered a new grill because the wind has killed my grill here. I bought a grill a year and a half ago, and the wind has already killed it. So I went and got my stainless steel grill that I wanted, so hopefully that'll be a little bit more resilient. But other than that, it was just kind of nice to have the week. So we have got
used a grill.
Huh?
I don't think I've ever used a grill.
I love my grill. I'd grill all year if I could. I've really been looking at ways to kind of like set up cement. Like if I was any sort of mason, and I mean my mason, not like a Freemason. Nobody wants to be that. I would definitely like find a way to like brick my grill in and make it just permanently where it sits. But I don't A, have that kind of talent, B, that kind of time, and C, I don't have any idea how the hell to do it. So we do what we do. But we have got a full show tonight. So we're gonna obviously talk about Strixhaven still. It's second to last week. Next week we give you a pre-release primer. But this week we want to talk about the 5 commander decks that came out. We're going to do a very bird's eye view on that. We're going to touch on all of them kind of a little bit, kind of go through a little bit of what they are. Talk about cards. If you're in the chat, you want to see us talk about a card, throw it in the chat. All right, let us know what you guys want to see. Also with that, we're going to be doing we're going to have a combat dealing with the news that came out this week. A bunch of people got surveys about secret lairs, and kind of gives you an idea of where Wizards, what Wizards is thinking in regards to secret lair. So we're going to talk about that. And then our main 2 is going to be mainly focused. We're going to touch on the state of standard. Spoiler alert, not much has changed. And then we're going to go through the Strixhaven window box. All right. So we are getting that ready. Registration is now open, and I'll tell you guys how you can register for that, and I'll start putting it out through the other stuff, all that.
Benson,
what's that?
Your schedule's off a little bit.
Oh,
the pre-release is this weekend.
You told me we had an extra week.
Pre-release is this week.
Is it really?
The set release is next weekend.
Fuck. All right, do we bag this? Do we go into pre-release primer and just say commander is commander and a salute? Like, because I mean, it's been our thing, man, from day one.
We could do that.
All right. Well, all right. Audible. Here we go.
I blame it on the pandemic and the fact that there hasn't been a physical pre-release since Theros.
Yeah. So okay, Audible it is. This is good. I'm glad I figured out a way to like, we're gonna like Scryfall and all of that, like ad hoc putting cards on the screen because, yeah, like holy crap. So Audible. Wait, Captain JVA. I thought pre-release got pushed back to release date. I don't believe so. I think pre-release is still this weekend. I mean,
what happened is that there's delays in shipping certain products, so certain things won't be available on pre-release, and then also certain things won't be available on release because of reasons.
I'm hearing
the pre-release itself is still this weekend because they're having an event where you can play on Spell Table.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm hearing things like draft boosters may not be out. Like
draft boosters may not be available. The initial print run was lower than they had hoped, which has been happening every set since the pandemic. So
you're right. April 16th, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Friday, April 16th. Okay, so yeah, all right, Audible it is.
Yeah, there's no paper in-store pre-release unless your store somehow decides to run one by itself,
which does happen.
It
So
does happen. It shouldn't be happening yet, but it does in some places. Um, so there you can go to your local game store, get a pre-release pack, and play on Spell Table at home as an event, and you'll get special, I guess, maybe perks.
yeah. So wow. All right. So yeah, that's happening. All right. So we're calling it audible because guys, we started this show back in January of 18, right? Or 19, January of 19. And we have always done a pre-release primer before pre-release. Now we know there's no pre-release event this weekend. And if we have some time, we can still touch on some of our favorite commander cards for this. But we're a standard podcast. We like to focus on standard, and a lot of people are doing pre-release this weekend. So it's going to sound very similar to our last couple of ones, but it's all kind of dependent upon what school you do. Like, in fact, let's just get into
main phase.
Damn it. We are the best broadcasters ever, man. Okay, so so we're going off notes. So Strixhaven is pre-releasing this Friday. and my wife is laughing at us now. Pre-release is happening this Friday, not next Friday. Mm-hmm. It is much like the guilds were. It is definitely seeded packs. So
yeah. So what's going to happen is that you're going to get your, I believe, 5 packs of Strixhaven.
Mm-hmm. And then one seeded pack.
One of the packs is going to be seeded to the school that you choose.
Hint: blue-green is best. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. And so you build a 40-card limited deck out of the cards that you open from those 6 packs. It's a little bit different as well from other pre-releases because each booster pack will have one mystical archive card, which you will be able to play in your deck. And some of these cards are extremely powerful cards from Magic's history, like Demonic Tutor, Swords to Plowshares, Teferi's Protection.
It's going to be bonkers, is what
Counterspell. I mean, there's going to be some insane stuff that you can potentially open. Mind's Desire. So
the fact you can play Demonic Tutor in a limited format is kind of like, well, shit.
I can't wait for the play where somebody demonic tutors for their bomb, goes to play it, and the person goes, "Oh, geez, sorry, mana tithe. You got one more mana?"
I'm in danger.
So yeah, I mean, so obviously this Friday, then you and I are going to have to do something. I have to get a hold of a couple of pre-release packs, but we'll probably be doing what we normally do our Friday stream where we kind of play each other and basically you just smack me around like your little girly girl that I am. So somebody can feel free to isolate that audio. They smack me around like the little girly girl I am. Yes. There.
It's good to know that you know your place.
I am one of the if not the absolute worst limited players I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm just horrible. Like, I get great stuff and I can't see the angle, and then all of a sudden I just suck, like, out loud.
So that's how I'm building constructed decks, so
And I'm actually not bad at constructed. I mean, I don't net deck everything. I mean, some of us do net deck, obviously, but yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. So yes, with this pre-release, it is going to be much like War of the Spark, and here's the thing: you may think to yourself, okay, I'm going to go Prismari for this, and I'm going to play red and blue cards all day long. Okay, so you get your seeded pack, and there's some synergy in there. Sure. Okay, so you got to figure that's 16 cards of your 40-card deck. The problem is you have 5 more packs. And as happened to me, let's see, I think I played 3 different pre-release events for Guilds of Ravnica and at least 2 for Ravnica Allegiance. And I think only one time did I build the deck that I was seeded. Like, I got a Teferi off something, or what, not Teferi, but I got a Azorius control out of a Gruul deck. Like, something I was like that,
yeah.
God dang, because I mean, and I had a powerful Gruul, like I got the worm and stuff, like, was my rare. And I'm like, but my blue-white, I mean, just counterspell after counterspell, Deputy of Detention, or whatever it was. I think Deputy was War of the Spark. But, you know, I talked about it, and I think I went 3-1 with Azorius Control, as opposed to, you know, the Gruul deck I was trying to play with. So my first piece of advice for this event is do not lock yourself into a color. Yes, you're going to have a seeded pack. Yes, you're going to have a pack of cards that are seeded for your card. But if you start opening, you know, busted stuff from Witherbloom or from, you know, or from the other, any of the other cards, Quandrix. Yeah, if you open anything from Quandrix, like any of their busted, broken crap, like the carbon
body
copy,
of research, you should probably consider changing what colors you're playing. I mean, like,
oh, look at that, Brad. I'm sorry you're hit hard with delays.
Yeah, Australia is getting hit real hard with that, and it's still a pandemic. It still sucks.
Yeah,
their supply chain is still, for everybody, is still all screwed to hell. So hopefully you get a chance to play it soon. But like the thing about the seeded packs is, like you said, yeah, there's a chance that you're gonna not open anything in the rest of your packs that helps you out. On the other hand, you know, it gives you a really good head start in those two colors. So it makes it a lot easier to build a deck. And you get it's a regular booster pack. It's just seeded for your school, so you're going to get a rare or mythic from those colors. So
you're going to get two rares or mythics. Your promo card will also be for your school. So
I believe so. Yeah,
that's how it was the last time. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you open up, you know, Beladros Witherbloom, you're playing Witherbloom.
Absolutely.
If you open any of the Elder Dragons, you should be trying to figure out how to make that work.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing: you don't have to stick yourself to those two colors. If you're black green, and if you get a Witherbloom pre-release kit and you start opening good Quandrix cards, there's no reason you can't go Sultai.
Yeah, you can splash. It's still, there's enough dual lands in this set. Like, that's the one thing that we had that, you know, I will say that Ravnica, Allegiance and Guilds of Ravnica did that War of the Spark did not. Is that we had a good amount of dual lands, so you could do some fixing and things like that. And there's a ton of mana fixing from
Well, I mean, the big difference, too, is that War of the Spark wasn't centered around the guilds.
Right. So, but because I remember that pre-release, you and I played that pre-release at Kerwin's, and I remember, like, these were the slowest-ass games ever. You're like,
the bombs were insane.
Yeah. Oh, when you got the bomb, but, you know, Teferi.
Wasn't there the guy who opened the... Nice. There was that guy who had the promo stamped Nicol Bolas and opened a Nicol Bolas in one of his packs. So he had two.
I remember. Yeah,
and it's or the one that had two God Eternal Oketras, and it was like, I played against that
was
person.
The guy you played
somehow beat them.
Yes, but you were like, oh shit, I'm playing this guy. I'm like,
yeah, because that card, God Eternal Oketra, was one of the most powerful limited creatures I think that's ever been printed.
Yeah,
for a creature, like especially for the typical white mythic creature, 5-drop white mythic creature, the thing was just absolutely bonkers, and the God Eternals were so hard to kill. Moving forward to this set, there's nothing here that's necessarily unkillable. There are some very powerful creatures, some extremely powerful spells, so it's going to be really, you know, keep an eye on what you open. Pray to get some good rares and mythics so that you can build around those cards. If not, I mean, you're going to have to try to find synergies in your uncommons and see what you can make work out of that.
Right. It's definitely worth, you know, I'm very excited for this set. I'm going to be very excited to see what you and I do on Friday with it. You're going to Kerwin's Friday, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I already had a reason to go to Kerwin's on Friday. This gives me another one.
Can we get our collector boosters this weekend too?
Those aren't released yet.
Okay. I think they might be for Premiere. And I think Kerwin's is Premiere. We might be able to get our box. And if so, I may have you pick mine up and have you meet me somewhere, like if I can't get all the way down to Catskill. We'll find out. We'll talk offline. Because Steve told me he couldn't ship it. But he said if you stop in the store. So I'm like, okay. So I might.
The real wild card for the pre-release is going to be the Mystical Archive cards.
Yeah.
I mean, because these cards, a lot of them weren't printed with limited in mind.
No. And so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with a lot of that. And I think what we might do is, for pre-release, is I may have, hopefully you'll build your deck, like you can build your deck quickly. We might open and have you help me build mine. Oh no, we tend to open together, don't we?
We opened together, and,
Yeah.
like you said, I build fairly quickly, so I mean, I
Yeah.
might be able to.
Because
And I'm not
I'm
the type of
just
person to be
horrible.
like,
I'm the
yeah,
absolute worst. And I know Steve wants in, and I'm kind of down with that. But I think what we might do is, let's say that, yeah, if there's anyone out there who wants to partner with us, like we could do some raids and stuff on other Twitch channels. We can do that. Like try to set up an event where we're playing each other across tables and spell table and things, and like winner of this set, no prize support whatsoever, but
just for the hell of it, just
yeah.
for fun.
So we've got options here. So, be on the lookout in our Discord for that this week. So yeah, like let's talk. What we like to talk about too is like the bombard. Obviously, we do say it too, and we kind of touched on this. Your promo card is great. Your promo card's amazing. All right, it's always going to be a mythic or a rare. And again, in this set, it should be seated to the colors you're in, but do not feel like you have to force that card in. Many a time, have I sat there and tried to force a card in and go, I can't ever cast it. I'm like, God, because by turn 8 I'm dead. So I mean, try to make sure that you're looking at your cards as best you can. What I tend to do is I sort by color and I sort by rarity. So if it's a green rare, it goes at the top, and then uncommons go underneath it green, and then commons go, and that lets me see how much of one color I have as well, so that I can kind of decide, okay, where am I strongest at? What colors am I strongest in? What can I play? Just by sheer volume, because you're trying to make a 40 card deck, and then I start looking at, okay, well, what are my rares? What do I got that's a bomb, and what works together? What synergies? Now, if you open a card like Double Major, you're playing that. You're going green-blue, because in Limited, that's got to be a freaking... oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, body of research again. I mean,
body of research.
Yeah, blot out the sky.
Hold on. Yeah, body of... Okay, hold on. Let me pull that up, because I'm actually going to put that on screen. We'll switch to the... All right, so body of research, like this is kind of what we're talking about. We switched to on the feed, Aramis, we switched to our card thing. It's a sorcery. 3 green, 3 blue. Now, in limited, you kind of might look at that and go, that's not good. It's limited. No, still good.
Large.
I
mean, you're hoping at that point that, removal is going to be coming at a premium. In limited, because you're going to hopefully have 5-6 removal spells if you're really lucky. You're hoping that they either haven't drawn them yet or they've already used most of them by the time you cast this. And then when you do, I mean, if you cast this on curve, even if you don't ramp at all, that's what, 20, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
For 6 mana. I mean, it's they better have some chump blockers for a while, because it's going to be eating stuff.
Yeah.
There's just, again, like I said, any of the Elder Dragons. I mean, there are some cards that if you open them, they're extremely powerful cards. I'm not sure how good they would be in limited, like Harness Infinity. It's an instant for 1, 3 black and 3 green. Exchange your hand and graveyard and exile Harness Infinity. That's a combo card. That's a card I'm not sure. I know that Witherbloom's going to have some graveyard synergies and stuff to work with that, but I don't know how well that's going to work in a 40 card deck.
It actually seems like, that would actually be, especially for the mana cost, is, holy cow. Now, again, 7, all right, in constructed standard, turn 7, game should be over any time now.
Mm-hmm.
The standard's just wicked fast right now. But in limited, turn 7, okay, like I said, we bring up War of the Spark a lot, but turn 7 with War of the Spark is where you might actually start swinging for the first time. I mean, there was just so much Planeswalker and so much slow action that, and so you're going to have to kind of feel it out, but yeah, I don't know that card would be very good in,
Oh, Captain Java, yes, you can copy Body of Research. There are ways to copy this card.
In this standard?
In this standard.
Oh, yeah. Magecraft, dude.
In this limited set.
Dude, Magecraft is the key for that. You can't use the body double or whatever it was, but
no, you can't use double major.
Double major, yeah. But
there are ways. There's ways to copy it.
there are tons of copy spells because of Magecraft. So, that's
Trying to
I
find
mean,
one, but I know it's there.
if I'm looking at the colors as far as limited goes, I mean, what would you say? Would you go Simic, Izzet, Orzhov, Golgari, and Boros, or? And I know
as
they
far
have
as-
different names, but again, I spent way too long learning the made up names for this set.
What was your question? I'm sorry, I'm trying to
Like,
find a
what do you
copy
think
spell.
the best, if you were going to go for the best pair? Like, let's say you're new-ish. Let's say rookie, and then we'll go intermediate, and then we'll say like expert level. Because expert level, you're probably going to go Simic because all the interaction with the.
It's tough to say. I mean, the thing about pre-release and limited in general, it's all about what you open.
Right.
It's like the individual pairs may have certain strengths and weaknesses as a whole, but you may not get certain cards. You may get multiples of other cards, and it what you open is really going to dictate what direction you go in. I mean, there's no reason to say that you can't have a Quandrix deck that's aggro or a Quandrix
Right.
deck that's control. It all depends on what you open. That's the hardest part about trying to say, hey, if you're a new player, try to go for this color,
Right.
because
Well,
you
I
could
mean,
open
I guess what
absolute
I'm
garbage
saying,
anyway.
what I'm saying is they're standing at the counter, and you're a newer player. If you're standing at the counter and they're saying, "What pre-release pack do you want?" I mean, looking at it from where I sit, Magecraft is kind of a.
I would steer clear of Quandrix only because it involves a lot of doubling and keeping track of counters and everything else.
Right, and then what's the blue red is?
Uh,
All right, we're
Prismari.
just gonna go with
Prismari.
the guilds.
It's
Oh.
Prismari.
Prismari, okay. Prismari seems to be a little bit more. There's a lot more evasion. There's a lot more. It does have the flying. It does have, it does do some mage crafting, but it's not doing a ton of it.
Mhm.
I think if you're a newish player, like and you're trying to keep it as simple as possible, Orzhov,
Silver Quill,
Silver
maybe.
Quill,
Yeah.
I would say that if you're a newish player, and they're asking what, and here's the thing, not a lot of people are going to grab Silver Quill, because I think most intermediate / expert players are going to think to themselves, if you've been following our podcast for any length of time, you'll hear us talk about green blue a lot because, damn it, apparently Wizards, like, somebody loves green blue, and they just keep making it broken. So Silver Quill is deceptively powerful. As far as like just being able to churn cards and gaining life, I think from a rookie standpoint, I do think Silver Quill's your better bet.
Lorehold might be good too.
Yeah.
I like Lorehold. It plays with the graveyard a lot. That's something that red white doesn't typically do. What I really love about this set is that it's taking each of these color combinations and it's doing something that those color combinations have always been capable of doing.
Yeah.
But they never really explored that space. Like Silver Quill is kind of aggro.
Right.
And that's never really been their thing. Lorehold is graveyard value. And you're thinking Boros, you think Smash, aggro, and it's not really that.
Johnny, I think you're wrong. I think you're gonna see a Magecraft deck. Now, again, we have said this 1,000 times since we started looking at this set, and we did it the last set. In a Throne of Eldraine standard, none of this fucking matters.
There's the explicit tag.
Yeah, there we go. I'm sorry, none of it matters. Throne of Eldraine is busted out loud. You can't beat Adventure. You can't. I mean, you're just gonna play Adventure and all that, and so Oh. And now, breaking news. Hi, Pam.
Hey, babe.
So, yeah, someone needs soap for their mouth. Pam,
It's definitely not me.
as soon as the plague of the 21st century is over, my wife and I need to have you guys over. We've already discussed that. Maybe for the 100th show, we got to find a way for you and I to get together. I almost want to do like an in-person cast. Anyway,
That's 5 weeks from now.
yeah. Hey, I'll be vaccinated.
My next shot's not even for another 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, we'll talk.
And I gotta wait for a couple weeks after that for immunity. That's a discussion.
Yeah, that's
for
a
later.
discussion offline. All right, so yeah, I think going Silver Quill or Boros, depending. I would go Silver Quill first, and then Lorehold second. For intermediate play, yeah, you're gonna sit Izzet all day. is it's really good. It's gonna be a lot.
Prismari,
It's gonna help you a ton to learn a little bit more about some of the stuff that you're gonna see in Commander and things of that nature. And Quandrix, but Quandrix is the best in my personal opinion. Quandrix has the most busted out loud cards in the set.
Yeah, I think it's got the bombiest bombs. I mean, there are some incredible cards in every color. There's no color here. Like if kits were running low for certain schools, I wouldn't care which one I got. I'm not really sure I care which one I get when I pick one up later this week.
Right.
I might pick one of a couple different schools just to see what they look like, because
I'm gonna grab a few.
Every there's a lot of good cards in this set. It's a well put together set. Nothing is like, from a constructed standpoint, there's not a whole lot that's screaming, oh my god, this was a massive mistake, which is great. It's good to see another set that seems to be well put together overall.
Absolutely.
Ooh, is that a bot?
What's that?
Did you get a bot?
We have a bot. Hello, bot.
We got a bot.
We got a bot. You know what? It's okay. I'll let it go for this one. They actually could be legit. They may not be a bot. So
no, I'm looking at the name of the
Tanapy Jew?
Looking at the name of the server.
Oh. It's a Discord server.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, it says discord.gd. That's Discord.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Listen, I'm not going to tell somebody to click a link you see in our chat. In fact, we always should put that out there. Listen, anybody throws a link in the chat, be smart. But that being said, I might check it later, because I'm a part of a couple of different groups where I throw our stuff in Discords. So it's very possible that it's legit. And if it is, thank you for coming and watching, and we're sorry we called you about. But in any event, yeah, I think Quandrix is busted. I think obviously we'll get a couple, but I'm gonna go for Quandrix myself, and probably, gosh dang it, is it whatever the hell is it? Is it Prismari? Because I'm a musician, so hey, what are you thinking about grabbing if you get the chance?
I mean, like you said, Quandrix looks really good. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong there. I might try Witherbloom. I mean,
Witherbloom is deceptively good too.
I would love to open up Belladros, just to be able to say A10 life, untap all my lands. Because I mean, I'm sure there's something you could do, since he costs 7, which means okay, you can cast a bunch of spells. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Ow.
Blex looks good for that.
There's some good stuff.
There's some really good stuff in all of these colors, and it's hard to really pinpoint one or the other. I won't be disappointed with whatever I get, as long as I open decent stuff.
And you're just gonna smack me around anyway, which is always like your second favorite thing to do in the world.
I don't know if it's quite that high, but yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, it's top 5. I mean, when we first started playing, you kept a damn spreadsheet of your wins and losses.
80% win percentage.
God damn it. All right.
Oh, that's right. Damogoth Titan. If we open up a Damogoth Titan and Witherbloom, oh my god.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. And Jason picks Silverquill, so see, we're on the right track. This is going to be a lot of fun this weekend. I want to hear stories from people. But let's pivot off of this. So that's kind of our pre-release primer. So thank you very much for letting us audible on that. Let's get into combat, because I do want to talk about this.
Combat phase.
And we're at 36 minutes, so that made sense. Okay, so combat phase. So we started hearing rumblings late last week of a survey going to various users, content creators, people that have bought Secret Lairs. Now, I did not get one. Aramis didn't get one either. We've both bought 2 or 3, Secret Lairs. So they might have gone for somebody more, they might have gone to people that have really been buying a lot of Secret Lairs. Which we are, we've often said that's not us. We're not whales by any stretch. However, the survey that came out, which is somewhat disturbing, at least to me, spoiler alert for my opinion on this. It talks about 2 things. It talks about Secret Lair going forward, and whether you as a patron of current Secret Lairs would be interested in, first they talk about a subscription service. which let me see here. They basically, I'm trying to find an article that talk about it. Okay, so the first one would be a subscription program. It means an agreement to pay for and receive one of each Secret Lair drop. So for each subscription, you would receive one of each new drop when it's released. It is shipped free, and subscribers' drops always ship first. When a new drop releases, you would be billed for the price of the drop, and you can cancel or change the quantities at any time. So what you're saying is, for a certain flat fee, let's say your subscription rate is $9 a month. And for that, you're going to be able to ship things free. They ship first, and whenever news drops or releases, you'd be billed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that doesn't sound good at all. I'm kind of like, so you're still going to bill. It's not like I'm getting, like a card for free every Secret Lair.
Right.
If I'm paying you, say I'm paying you if it's $10 a month, that's $120 a year. And all I'm getting is the opportunity to not have to order it and to make sure it's shipped first and it ships free.
Right.
How many ways can I stick my middle finger up? Anyway, and then the second part that they talk about is then a membership program. And what that membership program would be is $99 a year. There are two versions of it. The first one would be $99 a year and include the opportunity to purchase 4 exclusive member drops. So again, to purchase, not get. Free shipping on all your orders, and order ships the same day as sale, that's big. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that if I was to say anything, that would be the huge thing. And the second membership program they're talking about is more for the whales, $1.99 a year. Opportunity to again purchase 4 exclusive member drops, purchase not get. 10% discount, free shipping, and they ship the day of sale. So for $199, you're getting 10% off, it's going to come out in the wash. So,
yeah, not really.
well, I mean, if you think about it, if they do, how many did they do last year? Like 60?
Yeah,
So-
somewhere in that range. They did a
Yeah.
ton last year.
So, okay, it pays for itself 10%. If the average price was like $35, $40, so 10% off, it's going to pay for itself in like 20 or 30. So it just depends on what you order, really. Like if you ordered the land, then it's $20 off right there. Yeah, it takes a while to pay off 10%. Jesus.
Yeah, it does, especially when I mean, the professor did a video on this.
Yes, he did.
And he said if you bought one of every Secret Lair last year, it would cost you somewhere around $1,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This may not be a combat, but we're bringing it in combat just in case like we have different ideas. I mean, on one hand, I like the idea of they send you a loot crate, a magic loot crate. That idea appeals to me. Now, it doesn't have to be Secret Lair, but for $19 a month or whatever a loot crate would be, like they're going to send you, a card and a pack of sleeves and, like I could get behind that. I don't know that I could get behind either or any of these. There's like 3, but it's really basically a subscription and a membership. The subscription is freaking stupid. Like, I'm sorry, that's dumb. Because you're basically telling Wizards, I'm going to buy every Secret Lair you put out no matter what. I'm going to pay you before you put out the Secret Lair to be a member of the subscription. Oh, and by the way, I still have to pay for the Secret Lairs. Like, there is basically you're agreeing to pay for free shipping, which, screw it, just pay shipping. Like, and I don't think I've ever seen a Secret Lair that drops that I have to have it first. Like, that has unless, oh God, what if this is happening? What if they're going to expand The Walking Dead and make, like, bombastic, unique, powerful cards that are only available in Secret Lairs?
Oh, they've already done it once, which means they'll do it again.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too, with the subscription service, it's whatever they would charge a month on top of the cost of
what
the
it
Secret
costs.
Lairs.
Yeah.
So you're basically getting the free shipping and the quicker shipping for a premium increase per month on each secret lair that you order.
Right.
And you get each one. I mean, first of all, every secret lair hasn't been that great.
No, there have been some real boners. And then you think about the fact that one of the secret lairs costs $200 for the freaking fetch lands. Like, am I on the hook for that? Like, honestly, this almost feels like Columbia House, which, for kids, ask your parents what Columbia House was. But I mean,
the jingle just went in my head.
Columbia House was this thing back in the pre-digital download days, which you would basically sign up for a subscription service to that you'd get like 10 CDs for $1. Okay, and they'd send you 10 full-length, really decent CDs for $1, and then you agreed to buy 2 more at club prices within the next year. And the club prices were like double retail. Like, there was like, $20 for a CD when they were 13.
Yeah, they did movies too.
Yeah, they did movies. They did a whole bunch of things. And that is kind of how I expanded my Blu-ray and my CD collection. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I never, ever followed through with that. I always ended up just being like canceled from the service. And I'm like, haha. And it was built for that. But that's kind of what this feels like. And so I want to sit there and go, okay, if you're going to do a subscription, then you better Columbia House the living hell out of that thing. And you better be like, okay, if you sign up for the subscription service, you're going to get, 10, choose 5 of these 15 secret lairs we've offered before that we still have a ton of. And we'll send you those.
But here's the problem. They don't have a ton of them.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's something you can come up with.
Yeah,
right.
that would change the whole model of secret lairs, because the whole thing about them is that buy them now or you'll never get them again.
Exactly.
Because they were print to order only. So there are no extra ultimate editions for the fetch lands floating around. However many they printed, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like what the professor said in his video. It's the whole fear of missing out. It's like, well, if I don't order this now, I'm never going to get it again.
And that's
so now if you get this membership, there's these 4 exclusive drops that only show up to those people. What if they suck?
Yeah.
Or on the other hand, what if they're awesome? What if one of the secret lairs has a freaking Black Lotus in it? It's not a meaningful reprint.
And then what if they want to charge like $400 for it? You're on the hook for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think you can do... I don't see how Wizards can say, sign up for this subscription service. You won't know exactly how much we're going to charge for anything. It's honestly... And they might even have it says you can cancel at any time or change the quantities at any time. So I guess you can say 0, I don't want this. But it's an extra step you have to go through. It's an automatic bill from... Basically, Wizards is looking to find the stupidest, laziest people they possibly can and try to, like, put them on the hook to send them crappy secret lairs, charge their credit card, and when the person goes, I never ordered this, go, well, you did because you signed up for the service. And that's shitty. I'm sorry. The subscription model, listen, a fool and their money are soon parted. Shakespeare said those words, or was it Franklin? I don't know. In any event, don't be a fool. Like that, again, maybe Wizards will never recognize us as content creators now because I'm throwing them up against the wall, but this is freaking stupid.
To me, the whole purpose of Secret Lairs was to reprint cards that
in a cool way.
In a cool way, or like they've done a few times for charity with exclusive art.
Right.
You can get them in foil. Maybe there's certain cards that have never been in foil before.
I always thought Secret Lairs were a way to bone the LGS, but that's my point.
Yeah, but it's an opportunity to get like special versions of cards to bling out your deck and personalize it more. Because that's one of the big draws of Magic is being able to personalize your deck the way that you want. And I'm not sure where I was going with this, but it feels like making it a subscription or a membership service takes away something that sort of made the Secret Lair special. I mean, it was a whole idea of saying, well, that one I don't really like, so I'm not going to get that one, and that's fine. This one seems pretty cool. Or this, like for me, the big draw for me is that if it supports charity, I'm going to probably do it.
And here's the thing,
like the Walking Dead one was the reason I got that was because I'm a fan of The Walking Dead. So it's a chance for me to get a collectible for a show that I like. Now, do I agree with the premise and the whole that's now become Universe Beyond? No, I don't
Right.
agree with that at all. I feel like these cards should have been silver bordered or banned, so you couldn't play them. But
Because we're playing more Commander these days. Everybody
we're
is.
playing, well, even still, the cards are legal in Legacy
Right.
and Vintage.
How many people got playing Legacy
I think,
and Vintage? 7, 17?
well, I feel like I'm glad right now that this is just on a survey that they're asking the question. I agree with what the professor said in the fact that since they're already throwing around numbers, this is already well into the planning stages.
Oh, this
which
is
means
already,
this is
will
coming.
happen this year. This will
This is
happen
coming.
this year.
You just offended Captain. He plays Legacy.
Oh, Cap, I didn't mean to offend you. You're one of the 7. Congratulations.
The Magnificent Seven. But I hope that they see the response from the community overall.
Yes, because they've listened to us so many times before.
I know, but just and realize that it's not a good idea. But here's the thing too. If they do it, it's going to be insanely popular. It's going to be insanely popular. I don't think I would do it.
I
wouldn't do it.
That. All right, now we have combat. I don't think so. I don't think there's enough upside for most people, okay? Because we're also dealing in a world where we have how many subscription services we're already a part of. I mean, I alone have Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, HBO Max, Disney Plus. 5. Okay, just for my television. All right, that is not adding in the, DCU Online. I occasionally go back in and play every once in a while. That's not adding in Magic Arena that I occasionally spend a little bit money on if I have it. That's not adding in my PlayStation, online play that I pay for every year. Like, we already have a ton of subscription services, and people are becoming much more picky and choosy about it, like, because they're seeing like what used to be on Netflix is now on 7 different services. People are becoming somewhat, better stewards of their money, and they're becoming better consumers.
Well, the thing is too is that all the subscription services, like you mentioned, it's actually cheaper in the long run than having a cable company.
True, but in this case, there isn't an upside.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
There's strictly for Wizards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why I would not be interested in doing that,
right.
Because it doesn't do anything for me because they haven't released enough Secret Lairs that interest me to the point where I'd be like, oh, I need to get this one.
And then I think too, I can't help thinking, again, this bones the LGS. Like, this is going to bone the LGS, because I don't think an LGS is allowed to make a subscription service of any kind. I'm sure Wizards would shut that shit down. If they said, I think if an LGS has, like, the owner of the LGS does it under their own name, that's something different, because the thing is that you can only get one. Right.
They wouldn't care about
that.
No,
this is saying you could change quantities at any time for the membership. No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if the LGS owner is going to plunk down $8,000-$9,000 a month to make sure they get 10 Secret Lairs whenever a Secret Lair comes out. I mean, are you going to? Is any LGS with the profit margins that they're probably razor thin already? Are they going to shell out $12,000 to maybe get 10 copies of Secret Lairs that may or may not sell?
That's just it. This is all. I think both. I think the membership programs are just as bad. I get the free shipping, but there's no upside. It would be one thing if you're entitled to one.
Well, I mean, the thing, it's free shipping, but is that free shipping globally?
Yeah, that's a good question too.
I doubt it.
I do too.
I highly doubt it, because they just came out with an article talking about added fees on Secret Lairs in Strixhaven for people in Britain because of Brexit.
Right. And order shipping on the day of sale. That's a big thing too. I get that.
That ain't gonna happen either.
No, never.
Because here's the thing. Secret Lairs aren't printed until they get their orders. So unless they have the printer, somebody's sitting right there, and every time somebody hits an order, they push the button to print the Secret Lair. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Well, no, you can, because you can say we have this many members, so we need to print this many cards.
Yeah, but you can cancel at any time.
Yes. So,
and there's no guarantee that it might be, you might have X members and X plus 5 decide to cancel, but then only 4 fewer people than you thought ordered it. So now you have extra copies of the Secret Lair floating around. And what are you going to do with them? Because if there's no secondary market. Wizards doesn't really have they're not going to sell it on their online store afterwards, because the whole point of a secret lair is exclusivity and brevity of availability, saying, okay, it's only available for this window, and once it's gone, it's gone. Oh, by the way, 2 days later, we have 10 left.
Well,
That's not
I
how
think that they're going. I think that that's just it. I think they're going to change to that mindset of Secret Lair.
and that defeats the whole purpose of what they were doing too.
Right.
So it's just it's
Well, it
stupid,
doesn't,
it's
because
dumb.
the whole purpose of what they were doing was to make Wizards money.
Yeah, and they're still going to make a ton of money. They'll figure out a way to do that. And it just sucks all around. And I was afraid that Secret Lairs would do this, and we've fed into it by buying some, but we haven't bought every one, and it's a shame, because this is me being my get off my lawn moment. I remember when it was just the joy of going to your LGS. In my case, when I was growing up, it was a pet store that had the cards.
Okay.
Buying a few boosters and being like, oh, this is really awesome. What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? Not knowing everything that was in the set.
Right.
The mystery of Magic. Opening the pack, saying, oh, what does this card do? Is it any good? I don't know. Let's put it in a deck and find out. Instead of now, you're like, okay, this card, okay, it's in 15% of the metagame decks. 3 of copies. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Analytics. Boom.
I am definitely in agreement. So, long and short of it is, guys, membership and subscriptions.
That idea probably going to happen anyway.
Yeah. And, I don't know. Do with it what you will. But let's get into main 2.
Main phase.
Okay, so main phase, main 2. This is where we usually talk about the state of standard. Well, guys, guess what? It's pre-release week. Standard ain't changed. Mono Red's still on top. Sultai Control is right on its heels. Mono Red's just busted. It's good. It's not busted, but Embercleave is just ridiculous. So yeah, play Mono Red. Enjoy it. Have fun. Feel awful.
Or play Sultai, enjoy it, have fun. There's a lot of good decks out there.
Yeah, there's a ton of good decks out there. Dimir Rogue. I love the fact that Dimir Rogues has fallen to 7%. Thank you. Keep it up.
But it's still viable.
God dang it, I hate that deck. All right, but really, why you're all here, why people are still watching, and we have quite a few. So let's talk about this next, every new set we have this event. It is time for the Strixhaven Winter Box info. Okay, so Strixhaven is coming. And usually, thank you to Kerwin's Game Store, who is our sponsor, we again are going to have a draft booster box to give away. Free shipping, free everything, free to you completely.
In the United States, correct?
Yes, in the United States only. So, what I did was, we had a hard time filling 32 last time. So, for this Win-A-Box tournament, what we did was a week and a half ago, I put out a poll on first to our patrons and then to the Discord as a whole. Again, if you're not a part of our Discord, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com, because you can be a part of these decisions. And I put out there, what would you like to see for this event? We've decided that with the Win-A-Box event, we like having a tournament. So the first time we did this, we just did a like and share and subscribe and get our name out there. Nah, that's no fun. So we're going to have a tournament. It is going to be a best of 3 tournament. It is going to be played in Arena. It is essential that you be a part of our Discord, because that is actually how the tournament seeding and all of that is going to be done. We're using a bot that creates everything for us. With that in mind, I did put out what format we'd like to see, and we talked about it last week on the show. And so this week, we talked about it Wednesday on the show, on Wednesday's Commander Craft. So this is the first time you're hearing this here. We are going to be playing regular standard. So, best of 3 standard is how this is going to play. It's all going to happen in Arena. So please, have wild cards and things like that. There will be a ban list. The ban list is obviously going to be what Wizards has banned. Aramis and I have not talked about. When we did our last one, we added a few cards to the ban list. I'm considering that. Just to kind of keep things a little interesting, like maybe banning Emrakul. Or not Emrakul. Embercleave. You got
this flying spaghetti monster stuck in your head.
I do really. I want some spaghetti. I have, and again, I'm just using that as an example. Like there's a part of me that kind of wants to see what a standard tournament would look like without Embercleave or the Giant with Stomp, or
You're hating on
Innkeeper.
mono red though, pretty good though. I don't know. Like, well, currently
Yeah,
there are 8 cards banned in standard. There's Cauldron Familiar, Escape to the Wilds, Fires of Invention, Lucky Clover, Oko, Omnath. Oko, it's just like it's hard to believe it's been around as long as it has, banned as long as it's been.
yeah.
Once Upon a Time and Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. So those are the 8 cards that are currently banned in standard. If we add more, obviously we'll give you guys a heads
lot
up
of
before
heads
the
up.
tournament starts.
Yeah.
You have a chance to figure something
Unban
out.
fires. We. Ooh, that could be interesting. Instead of banning cards, Aramis, we unban everything.
No ban list standard. You have any idea what that would degenerate into?
I mean, nothing but Oko and fires all day
Four
long.
color Omnath Adventures. That's what it would be.
Oh God, that would be so much fun to watch, though.
I mean, if you think about it, if you look at the ban list, every card is in Omnath's colors except for Cauldron Familiar.
Yeah, and that one was there just to keep Dippy
It's
like
all-
we're
they're all
not targeting
teamer.
Omnath.
All of those cards are teamer except for Omnath and Cauldron Familiar.
Oh no, so we haven't decided yet. We might just stick with the same ban list, but I mean, it's kind of fun to think about a little
I
bit.
mean, yeah, because if you think about it too, I mean, yes, there's some obnoxious cards in standard, but there's nothing that's really running away with it.
Right. So we might not have to fix it. When we were talking historic artisan, there were some cards we knew were going to be like,
That'd be a problem.
huh?
It would be, yeah. Some cards in a historic artisan are a problem. Standard, I don't think we have that issue.
I don't think we have
it's
to mess with it.
fairly
But
balanced right
it's
now.
just nice to think. It's nice to scare people a little bit. Be like, we might just unban everything except Oko and Omnath.
Oh, I'll stop there. You're gonna go all in.
Oh, it's a nice idea though. So that's gonna happen. So, the tournament is limited to only 32. We're not doing 64 this time. So the minute we fill it up with 32, we'll go live. Patrons are getting first dibs. Patrons should be signing up now. If it comes down to, a patron and a non-patron, if a patron tells me they want a slot and they didn't sign up, I'm going to kick somebody else out. So, because we have to use the tournament stuff. So, but really, if you're a patron, register now. Because I have not put it out on the groups yet. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow, probably Wednesday. Rules will be coming in a Google Doc, where we will discuss various things. Aramis and I mean, there's no real judging, but Aramis and I are kind of judges as far as things like, I can't get a hold of this person. How the tournament works, we do it a little bit differently in that we don't do it on like Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock. We're going to play it. Just do it. No, you have time. You have a week to get around in. Some people take a full week. Others don't. What's nice about this tournament software we used last time is that it could keep things going. If one person wasn't showing up, we weren't keeping everybody held back. So, right now, Johnny, 10 spots are filled as of before the show. So we still have 22 spots open. I recommend going and doing it as soon as possible. Get into the Discord. And here's what you do. You go to our Discord, all right? And on the left-hand side, there's a tournament lobby underneath the Strixhaven, and I'm pulling it up now. So, and it's taking a second because Discord's actually really, really resource intensive. So on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, you'll see a Strixhaven Win-A-Box tournament category, and you'll see a tournament lobby. If you go into that channel, it tells you how to join, and you basically put in an exclamation point register. It's going to send you a DM to tell you how to get in after that. What you'll do is you'll go to the DM, and then you'll put in exclamation join solo, and then your arena username. And when you do that, you're in. So, like I said, as of right now, we're looking at 32, 10 spots were filled at showtime. I haven't opened the site yet.
Now, how are they going to get their deck lists to you?
As we did last time, you're going to put your deck list into a channel that only I see. So when I get in tomorrow and I'm able to sit down at a desk, I'll start building channels again where you'll paste your deck list, and the only one who will see the deck list is Aramis, me, and you. And then when we go live, then I will open it up to everybody in the tournament. So that seemed to work out really well last time. It's still a little manual for me to have to take care of it, but that was really the best way to do it. And then what happens is once you get a deck list in, I'm going to lock it. No, I'll leave it unlocked because I'm not making the change. So you can change it as ever you like, as long as you're not seeing anybody else's. Because that was the thing. It was either I'm going to lock them all the minute you put a deck in, but that would only reward people that signed up late. So that's why I keep it so only I can see it and you can see it. And that's really just for us to maintain some accountability. So you definitely should jump in. Johnny, man, it's easy to put a deck together. Come on, just play Arena for half an hour. You'll be fine. Let me see. I'll just take a look at the tournament right now because I did see a couple more signups here. So we're at 11 out of 32. So yes, spots are filling fast. Join now. Yes. So once you join, you'll put a deck list in once I create the channel. When we create the tournament bot is going to create the seedings. So we used to, take care of our patrons by giving them the buy. We can't do that anymore because we're not responsible for seeding. So, unfortunately, we'll find another way for patrons to have, a bonus in this thing. So, but believe it or not, using this tournament bot was so much easier as far as we had run 2 tournaments manually before, and it was Google Docs, and it was sending me stuff, and then I'm copying and pasting, and one person puts it in this way and one person puts it in another way. And so I have to go in and edit it. And it was a nightmare. So this seems to be a whole lot easier. It's a good way to do it. So again, the first thing you have to do, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. Absolutely no cost to you. All you need is an arena account, a standard deck, and make sure that you're in the Discord and can communicate with other people. That's it. So best of luck. We look to start. The tournament's supposed to start next Monday. So, because we want to get the tournament done around early into Strixhaven, so you can get your box, early enough for it to matter. So, any questions, concerns, or comments?
Nope.
No.
Just get signed up.
Yes,
like said,
get in, get signed up.
PlanesTalkersPodcast.com.
It's a whole lot of fun. Yes, and you can see it down at the bottom of your screen there, second line, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com if you're watching our live stream. If not, it'll be in the show notes of the audio podcast as well. So make sure you do that. But I think, Aramis, and we're looking at hour 4, man. I feel like we've done good work here. Let's get into end step.
End step.
All right. So as Aramis and I are rolling up our play mats, putting our cards back in the boxes, and taking our pizza boxes over to the trash because, damn it, your mother still does not work in this game store. We want to remind you guys that we stream on a Twitch channel. Well, we have quite a few channels, but our main Twitch channel, we stream all sorts of content from Magic to Minecraft to this show to Commander Craft. So look up the PlanesTalkers podcast channel over there on Twitch. Like and subscribe, please. Hang out with us, man. It's awesome. You can also follow me on Twitch at MindCrime73.
And if you'd rather interact with us in more of a real-time fashion, you can join our Discord, like we've mentioned all show, especially for the tournament, discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. It's a great community, especially around this time when the tournament is starting up. The activity really starts to tick up. So, jump in and find a bunch of people that love the game and love talking about the game. Discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. And if you'd rather follow us and keep up with us on Twitter, we do have a Twitter account. You can find us there at PlanesTalkerPod.
Right. My personal Twitter is at WR Benson, but to be honest, I'm not on it very much. I tend to be on there strictly to follow my favorite person and yours, the President Donald Trump.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I'm kidding. I don't follow him. He's not even on Twitter anymore. But
he banned.
But you can always follow us as well on Facebook. We are located at facebook.com/PlanesTalker, not PlanesTalkers. We took that last S and we gave it to you for savings, and because somebody else took the name from us. So like and follow our page there. Again, anytime we go live, it usually goes up on there. Don't forget, too, that we do an awesome playcast on Wednesday nights called Commander Craft. It's me and Aramis and 2 listeners, and I'm not sure who's going to play this week. We had Steve and Anthony last week. I think Steve has to play. So we might be looking for a fourth to sit in Anthony's seat. If you're a listener, if you're a patron especially, you get first dibs. And you want to hang out with us, just let us know through the Discord. All you need is a webcam, a microphone, and a commander deck. And that's it, and a way to see the screen. So it's Wednesday night. We play here right around 7 Eastern time. 7:15 is usually when we try to get going. So check that out. It's Commander Craft, and it's actually going to be a part of our show going forward. The Commander Craft Minute. So awesome.
All right. And then finally, if you want to send us emails, we have a lot of email addresses you can choose, depending on how you want to get it routed. We try to read them all. If you have questions or comments about the show, there's a few different places you can go. The main address for the show, it will go to both of us so we can read it, is podcast@planestalkerspodcast.com. If you want to email us personally, you can email Will. His email address is will@planestalkerspodcast.com.
Where you can tell me that I drink too much.
Or you can email me. My email address is Aramis, ARAM as in Michael, IS, @planestalkerspodcast.com.
And there you can tell him that you think I drink too much. I'm sorry. That was a joke last week. I'm bringing it back, man. It's we're bringing this in. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know why you put up with me, brother. We've known each other for a few years now. I still don't understand it.
Therapy. Lots of therapy.
So I also want to remind you guys, I do host another podcast. It deals with the television show DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which is coming back May 2nd. So that show's actually going to kick up again. I think we're going to tend to record those on Sundays. I'm not sure, though. I have to find out from the guys. Find us on Facebook at Legends TV Talk. We also do Flashcraft there and a bunch of other stuff. And finally, we want to remind you guys, okay, not everybody can be a patron. We understand in the pandemic it's hard. Or subscribe to Twitch or anything like that, ways to support the show. But one way to really support this show is, we start as a podcast. I know we're doing video casting and everything now, but we're primarily, I'm still think of us as an audio podcast. And so what would really help the show is if you have an iPhone, it's real easy. Just open a podcast app, find our show, go in and rate the show there. Give us 5 stars and a good review. If you don't have an iPhone, you can do it from a Windows computer. Just download iTunes, sign up for an account, go in, subscribe to the podcast, leave us a 5-star review. It seems like a lot of steps, but you have no idea what just 5 or 10 reviews can do to our visibility on that platform, which is really one of the larger platforms out there. Yes, Spotify is coming up, but as far as I know, they don't have a review function. So really, to bring more eyes to the show, the Apple Podcast app is the way to do it. So please go and leave us an iTunes review. 5 stars is really the best. And you just go in, leave us a comment. And if you want to end your comment with, and that Will is one handsome looking devil, hey, that's awesome. And I think it would be funny if all of our reviews said that. I just find it would be funny. We could do Aramis as a handsome looking devil if you prefer. I mean, he is better looking
they would be lying at that point.
Well, no, because when you grow the goatee, man, the goatee's mystical. It's mystical.
That's a word.
Well, this is only a double, but tastes wonderful. So on that note, we want to thank you guys very much for hanging out with us tonight. It's been awesome hanging with you. Don't forget to sign up for our Win-A-Box. Go into our Discord. But for Aramis Perez, this is Will Benson saying, having you guys listen to us and be a part of the show is amazing. Thanks again. We'll see you next week, Monday and Wednesday. Come back Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for Commander Craft. And I want to remind you to keep some of your mana untapped because you never know when you need it. Take care and have a good one. Bye-bye. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with me? I've done that exit like 1,000 times, and now I'm stumbling over myself. This isn't even really that strong. I'm not even remotely feeling it, but what the hell was that? And yes, Johnny, you'll get bonus points. Yeah, that was insane. I stumbled all over my words on that one. Thank you, and hey, if I haven't said thank you yet, then thank you. Listen, we do appreciate you guys, but dang, I just at some point I start sounding like an asshole.
Yeah, that's usually right around untap.
Fuck you. Uh, uh,
So deck number 13 should be done by the end of the week.
no shit. I'm gonna play Golos again. I gotta tune it, but I'm gonna play Golos, I think, again.
I think I have an idea of what I want to play.
Well, because Golos is like Omnath, but not, and I get to play
Yeah.
black. So, oh, yeah, we got to find some way to stop Steve's deck. Believe me, I've thought about trying to come up with a quick red deck that just like your red deck might actually be the best chance to stop Steve
I don't know about that.
because he can't counter unless he's got force of will or whatever in turn 1 or 2. You could have some terrible taxation happening by turn 2.
Yeah, but the problem is everybody gangs up on me when I play that deck.
Well, and what we're doing
And it's,
here,
rightly so.
we're talking though right now, and I mean,
No, I'm definitely not playing Zozu on Wednesday.
okay. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody can catch me unless I go on a horrible skid. I think I'm going to be champion this season.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I'd have to go on a horrible skid, or somebody would have to knock everybody else out.
Yeah,
Like
like
me
methodically
and-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, I could theoretically catch you.
Yes. I'm not mathematically, but
No, you're not. It's not mathematical, but it's within the standard deviations. There's not too many of those left for you
Yeah.
to lose.
right. Be interesting to see what happens with season 3 though, because again, I can't play Omnath for another 2 weeks. So, and
Mhm.
again, Omnath. Well, it was Omnath and Corvold, I think, that gave me most of those wins. Was Omnath and Corvold. So,
Probably, yeah.
let me see here. PlanesTalkers. Is it on the other screen? Did I just ruin our stream because yeah. Oh, come on. Don't be a jerk. Well, we lost video because,
Womp womp. Hi
because
guys, we're still here.
we're here. You just can't see us because I had to mess with the Zoom file. And yeah. Oh, wait. I think I might just be able to make it work. Hold on here. All right. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I love playing Commander. I really do.
Yeah, Wednesday is usually the highlight of my week.
There we go. I'm getting me back, and then I'll get you back. All right. That's good to know, actually, if we ever have a problem. So, yeah. There we go. Now we're back on the screen.
Nice.
Because, yeah, I'll put the rules together tomorrow. I'm going to just take the old rules and jigger it. Is there anything we want to add or change? Well, I can ask you in text when I look at it. And then, yeah, I got to start creating. I got to go through and find the 10 or 11 people, create channels for them to put their deck lists in.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I got to make sure. Last time I accidentally had it to where on some of them you could see other people's. So I'm assuming it's you. You want it to be you and me are the only ones who could see it. So
Yeah. Yeah,
and,
we should
and
be
the
able to
person.
see the deck list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once it's set up and once we're going live, then we'll do it. All right, cool. All right, I'm in Dropbox.
Yeah,
Hey,
mine is,
Johnny, you're welcome to play
different.
with us anytime, man. And same with you, Captain Java. Like, seriously. And I think you're both patrons. Johnny, I definitely think you're a patron. Like, you actually get first dibs. So, let us know. You'd be more than welcome. Especially if you've got a degenerate deck that can beat up on Steve. Because even though I've been winning a little bit, Steve's still he's still got the card pool of the gods. Jamming Land's Wrath? Landfall deck from... Hell no, then. You ain't playing... No. If you're messing with land destruction, fuck off. You ain't playing with it.
No. He's talking about the precon, the Naya
okay.
precon that basically turns into Omnath.
Yes. I think I took most of that deck to my Omnath deck.
That deck is basically the base version of Omnath. You just add blue, add Omnath, and just add more degenerate bullshit, and there you go.
Because, yeah, it gets degenerate pretty quick. Are you going to bed? Your computer's off and everything.
I had to restart it. Was just having issues.
Oh, okay. So,
And
yes.
mine should be in.
Benjamin Land's Wrath. Great. Yeah, any land destruction just annoys me. And you
That's
like
not
to...
land. That's not land destruction.
Oh,
That's
okay.
landfall.
Oh, okay. I'm cool with that. Yeah, dude, the new computer is freaking phenomenal.
Good.
I'm almost tempted one week to see how it would run a stream, because that was part of our problem, when I was down in Jersey. Like, be good to know that if I have to go away again for work, that we can run a show remotely.
Well, I mean,
So-
if it's a brand new computer, I imagine that at that point it's just up to the internet connection.
Get in a free Wednesday. I work 1:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, so I can't play Wednesdays normally, but one day. Dude, if you tell us when, all right, and you give us
Yeah, we'll hold a
notice, I'll
spot.
make it happen. I don't care who the champion is. I don't care if we have two champions. One of them will sit out. Like, I'm a firm believer that the core four is great, and I love playing with Anthony and Steve, but, I like playing with listeners too. We had a blast 2 weeks ago. That thing was awesome. I want to do that again. So, definitely. So, all right. All right, so mine's up there. Is yours up there yet? Yes,
Mine should be
episode
in there now.
95. You know what? I'm going to get rid of a half a dozen of these. So, commercial. We don't need the commercial anymore. Well, you know what? I'm going to put the commercial into the sounds folder. Because if we ever get somebody who wants to give us a commercial, then it's good to have.
Yeah.
I can get rid of 94. Because I got another year of 25 gig Dropbox with a new laptop too. So I'm like, woohoo!
It's space.
So, but that doesn't help you. So, okay, episode 95. I've been editing it on PC. I'm moving away from my Mac. My Mac's a 2011 Air. And it's great. It's still running really good, but like it's a lot easier to just use, Move Audio for everything I'm doing these days. So, or not Move
Whatever,
Audio.
best.
Mixpad. Yeah.
There you go.
So, Move Audio was a great program I used to have we used to pay for Rhapsody. My wife and I, or not my wife and I, well, my ex-wife and I used to pay for Rhapsody, which was like streaming before there was streaming.
Yeah.
And then Move Audio I got slapped for mentioning my first one. Move Audio was a way for you to record whatever came through the sound, and then it would create an MP3. So Move Audio would start like 4 or 5 streams in Rhapsody of the songs I wanted to hear,
Right.
and record it, and then create MP3s for me perfectly legally. So that's how I got kind of like my 72,000 song iTunes. So, oh, it's great. Back in the day, man, it was great. Now it's like I don't even need the files. Like I stream everything anyway. Like I just stream it all. Like Apple Music. I don't know when the last time I bought music was. So, which sucks. It's bad for the artists, but
It's the world we live in now.
Hey, and you guys, if you're still in the chat, let me ask you this question: what would you want to see for 100th show? Because in 5 weeks we have our 100th show, so I feel like we got to do something. Whether it's a retrospective, whether it's we just kind of do a retrospective for 2 years, but I don't know. It feels
Arena
like maybe a
deathmatch.
call-in show. Maybe we do for the 100th show. We do a call-in show. Like we have people call in through the Discord because we do it now. We figured out how to stream audio from Discord.
Yeah.
So because we do it for Commander Craft. So I think we could do that. Like we wanted to do it once before, but yeah, something to think about.
Possibility.
So yeah, if you're just watching this, if this is your first time, when we end the audio podcast and while we're grabbing our files, it's kind of like our post show where we kind of, just wax philosophical. So, feel free to hang out and
I tend to
stuff.
lean philosophical.
I mean, so for us, what would have to happen is that you and I would talk on Zoom again. Well, no, maybe that week we'd just go through Spell Table. We just do it like Commander Craft. It's just you and I at Spell Table. We won't give anybody else the table. And then have them go in through Discord. Except
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Except, I really like the fact, like, the OBS, I've got it set to where our screens are filtered in such a way. I guess we could mute our audio, and yeah, we can mute audio in Zoom, and still talk in Discord. So, yeah, that could work. These are things to think about. I'm thinking like a call-in show would be kind of fun.
Yeah, get some perspective from other people.
So, and that's 5 weeks into Strixhaven. So by then, we'll either have a banning announcement or not much is going to be happening.
Like your Jace ban. The Zendikar.
Yeah, right. Do I owe you a deck or a pack for that?
We owe each other a pack.
Yeah. So, well, that's just it. I'm thinking Friday, if we can get our collector boosters, then I might take a road trip down to Kerwin's after work because it's worthwhile. And then we could do our pre-release, and then at some point, maybe we'll still save we'll save a collector booster opening for, the following week and just look at it longingly.
Yes, Johnny. The tournament is single elimination.
Single elim. We've talked about doing double this time, I think.
That's hard to set up, though.
It's really, really a bit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the tournament site can do it. I'm not sure if they can. Let me see here. Just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to hit clone. Let's clone this.
Yeah, so right now, the way that it's set up, you could theoretically go one and done.
Round robin is each participant plays against another, and the winner is the one with the most wins. So there's only single elim and round robin.
Yeah. Round robin would take 4 freaking ever.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So
because that would mean that elim. Round robin would mean that one person has to play 31 matches.
Yes. And honestly, I like bracket style. I like that it's like, you're playing against this guy and you know what you're going into next. So yeah. I wish there was a way to do double elim, but
you'd have to set up like a secondary
yeah, and we'd have to fill it manually,
and then the person whoever's in the final would have to wait for the second bracket to finish before they get their
which is kind of what happens now.
Yeah, but it would take longer than usual because you'd have to wait for a second tournament to finish, and then you have to pair them against each other, and that's.
But a lot of people have been talking ever since the last Kaldheim Championship too. Like, I really do wish we had a spectate mode. Like for this, I'd stream constantly. I'd stream games constantly. I'd schedule games and spectate them. And then you and I could comment on them live. Like, yeah, it'd be freaking fun. I miss doing that. And I don't know that we'll ever see a paper tournament again. Like, I imagine Steve's going to put together a paper tournament as soon as he can. But it might be another modern one. And I don't know if any of you have ever watched us calling the modern event. But if it wasn't apparent to any of you, I know literally dick about modern.
Yeah, the third guy there. Crap, what was his name?
I can't remember his name, but he was amazing. He was cool. His back was hurting from carrying me.
He was good people. But remember, we had our fun moment too, where we went as 1950s broadcasters.
Yes.
And then our editor put it in black and white. That was so perfect. Is that clip still on Twitch?
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah. That was good stuff.
Find that shit on Twitch.
Oh, we're at 12 by the way right now. 12 people have signed up for the tournament, so we only have 20 slots left.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to it. I love watching the tournament. I think it's going to be a whole. Let's see the players right now. Crimson Wolf, so Anthony's in. Anybody? Bama Shocks, he's a friend of mine from another podcast I listen to, and he's cool. Steve's not in yet. JVA just signed up, so yeah, Steve's not in yet. Bowfinger fan, he's one of our old. Margraves is back.
Nice.
Grunt 21T. So yeah, we've got some of our regulars, but we've got some new people. So, like I said, I'm gonna give our people I'll give the audio podcast a day. I'll try to get the audio up tomorrow, and maybe I won't advertise this until Thursday. Although I should. Well, we'll see how many we get. No, I have to start advertising before Thursday if we want to try to roll Monday. I'm going to have to do it Wednesday. I'm going to have to go into the various Facebook groups and, throw it up there. So.
Yeah, no, the VOD's not there anymore for that.
What?
For the,
It isn't?
No, it only goes back 6 months.
Oh. Thought we saved it. No.
It might be on our YouTube.
Hey, I should have downloaded it.
It might be on our YouTube.
It might still be under Kerwin's Zone too.
It might be on our YouTube, possibly, but I'll see.
Let me see.
6 months, 10 months.
This is some rousing content, I know.
Nope, it's not on there either. Yeah, that was an epic moment, but it seems to be lost to time.
Lost to the ether.
Damn Twitch fods.
Well, it's funny. He's got stuff on his from like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Maybe the way that it's his is set up.
Yeah. Well, that just sucks.
Is it on his?
That just sucks. I'm trying to find it. I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, well. That was fun while it lasted. That was good stuff. Channel and videos.
5 years ago, videos. 5 years. Yeah, it's all stuff from 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Well, whoop-a-doo. Oh well.
You never know. We might be able. I might
Might
be able to
find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could still be out there in the world.
It
And you
could.
know,
That
we
was
haven't
the-
talked about our new website yet. I love the fact that on our website, when we go live, it's on our website.
Mhm.
So, like, I'm looking at our website right now. If you go to PlanesTalkersPodcast.com, the video window works, and you push play, and it's our show. So, I think that's kind of awesome. So,
All good stuff.
all good stuff, man. We're making it all work. All right, so I think that's gonna be our show tonight. So we will see you guys on Wednesday for Commander Craft. Again, if you want to play along with us, let us know in the Discord, which you should be going to because you should also be playing for the winner box. So
Yeah.
Discord.planestalkerspodcast.com. And we will see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye now.
Later.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.